video, we are going to continue with the trapezium rule. You will find this on page 536 in the Namibian AS-Level Mathematics textbook, y equals mx plus c to success. Let's look at an example. The diagram shows the curve y equals x minus 2 ln x and its minimum point m. Find the x-coordinate. Always just note, if they ask coordinate, then both or just the x. In this, they want just the x of m. Now, you can see that's a turning point. Turning point means it's a stationary point. Then you must differentiate and put dy over dx equal to 0. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to differentiate, and then we put it equal to 0, and then we get x is 2. They just want the x-coordinate of m. Okay, so the x-coordinate of m. Now, use the trapezium rule with free in intervals. That's very important. They will tell you. To estimate, that's because it's more or less, the value of this, giving your answer correct to 2 decimal places. Okay, so if I'm starting, I like to make a table. You can do that on the graph just to help you. You can say this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. That will work because then it's 1, 2, 3. So remember, this one at 2 is actually going to be y0, and then y1, y1, y2, y2, y3, up to there. And then I just basically substitute. So basically, I'm just going to say for the first one, I'll just show you. What's the value of x? It's 2 minus 2 ln 2. And press that on the calculator. And now, if your final answer must be correct to 3 significant figures, simplify this correct to 1 more, 4 significant figures. I just want to see if I say 2 minus 2 ln 2 equals. So it's 0. Okay, what did they say? 2 decimal places. Oh, that's why. They said 2 decimal places. That's why I made it 3 decimal places each time. Not significant. Okay. So always work. So decimal, then you ask for 1 more. So it's 3. Okay, then start. Okay, to get, don't forget, I can quickly show you here. The value of, I'm going to just use this. The value of A is 2. The value of B is 5. And how many intervals are there? 1, 2, 3. And then to get H, it's going to be B minus A divide N. So 5 minus 2 over 3. So this is 3 over 3. And then it's going to be 1. And there is H. So it's 1 over 2. Do you see? And then basically just put this, double the middle values. Do you see? So now there's more. So we add and we double it. And then plus the last. And then correct to 2 decimal places. And now this is new. State with a reason whether the trapezium rules give an underestimate or an overestimate of the true value of the intervals. Now, if you look here, I want to show you. That means, is it a little bit over? I must make it quite big for you to see. But if you look at that trapeziums, you can see it's a little bit over. And that is the reason why you say, let's just go. From the diagram, it can be seen that it's an overestimate since the top edges of the stripes all lie above the curve. I will show you at the end. It's for a concave and a convex, but a concave usually gives you an overestimate. Okay. I want you to stop the video and I want you to do try now 20. Again, you can continue the video as soon as you are finished. Okay, let's start. The diagram shows the part of a curve, and I always write it down first. What is the curve? E to the power of 2x over x dx. Okay. So basically, so I'm just going to say for x is bigger, yes, because you cannot divide 0. Minimum point m. Find the coordinates. No, they ask coordinates, not just x and y. Okay, so I'm going to start by saying, okay, to find the turning point, the stationary point, I must differentiate. So dy over dx, And that's the quotient rule. Now, what is the quotient? I rewrite the denominator. I integrate the numerator. And by this time, you must know it by heart. Quotient rule, product rule. Okay, and then I rewrite the numerator and I differentiate the denominator. And I put it over and I square the denominator. Okay, now let's do it. So it's x. This one is 2e2x minus e2x, and that is just 1 over x squared. And basically, doesn't matter if you put it in front or not, but let's just make 2e, let's just get my pen correct, 2e2x and then the x, okay. 2 is so high, no, the 2 must not be so high, sorry, it's just a pen stopping me, okay, 2. And then minus e2x over x squared. Now, you are going to say, at the turning point, to find m, at the turning point, dy over dx is going to be equal to 0. Okay, then let's substitute that 0 in. Just want to tell quickly something, right? Okay, so I substitute it in there because this is dy over dx. So if I put the 0 here, 2e 2x x minus e. Now, usually this is almost like a tangent parallel to the x-axis, where you make the the numerator equals to 0. But you see it if you do this. If you cross multiply, you're going to get 2e2x x minus e to the power 2x, just the numerator, and that will be equal 0. Same as a tangent parallel to the x-axis. Okay, now I'm going to take out just e to the power of 2x. So e to the power of 2x, then this is going to be 2x minus 1, and that's 0. And now I divide e to x, divide e to x, so 2x minus 1 equals 0, so 2x equals 1, therefore x is equal to a half. But remember, that's just the x value. So let's go on to find y coordinate. Substitute x equals a half in the original equation. Okay, let's do that. So basically, my original equation is this. Okay, you see it? So it was e to the power 2x over x, and that is going to give me e to the power 2, and that's going to be a half over a half. Okay, and that is going to be e to the power 1, and I multiply with the reciprocal 2 over 1, so it's going to be 2e. So therefore, coordinate point of M, and that is going to be that half and 2e. Leave it like that. Don't work it out. Don't approximate it. Okay, that was number A. Let's see what's number B. Remember, that was A. Now, number B. Use the trapezium rule with 2 intervals to estimate the value of this, giving your answer correct to 1 decimal place. Remember, 1 decimal place. Okay. Now, let's start here. I'm just going to start again here. So I'm going to go for number B. Now, I like to first write it down, especially for the beginning. I think it's good. So I write down my different values. Okay, so let's just first say this we're not going to do it with integration. We're just going to do it because they say the trapezium rule. Then I do. Remember that this is B and this is A. So I'm going to say the value of, let's start with, doesn't matter, get the pen. Value of A is 1. The value of B is 2. And the value of N, how many intervals were there? 2. So therefore, remember to get H, it's B minus A over N. And that will be 2 minus 1 over N. And what is N? That is 2. So that is going to be a half. I just don't like the things if they're going into each other. So let's just get a line here. Okay. Okay, and now I like to make a table just to help me a little bit. So let's just construct that table. Then everything is almost like in a picture. Okay. Not a lot, so I think that's already enough. Doesn't matter. Okay, so this is going to be X, this is going to be Y, and this is, this is my first one, Y0. Okay, so leave it first. Now, I must start at 1. Okay, now if I start at 1, I can actually see, I say 2 minus 1, okay, it's a half, and then I divide so that I can see what I must. So that it's just it's just 2 intervals. If it's just 2, so it's going to be 2 minus 1, it's 1, divide 2, so it's a half. So it's going to be 1.5 and 2. And actually, if I want just to create a little bit more space for myself there, I'm just going to get rid of this. Okay. So now I'm going to work out into my equation. This is my equation, remember. So if I'm substitute to get y, I say e to the power 2, 1 over 1, and that's going to be e to the power of 2. If you can, and you don't have to approximate it, don't approximate it, because your final answer will be more accurate. So keep it like that. And then y is equal to e 3 over 2 over 3 over 2, and that's e 3 over 2 multiplied 2 over 3, and that's 2 over 3 e to the power 3 over 2. Okay, so it's 2 over 3 e to the power, let's just see. I think I forgot to substitute that one. Okay, I'm just going to, yes, I can show you. So it was e, and then it was 3 over 2, and I forgot to put the x. Okay, so let's just going to say, so it was e to the power, I think here's a mistake. Okay, I'm just going to correct it. It was 2, and then I put 3 over 2. There, it's now correct. And then the 2's cancel, and then this, finish this off, and this is going to be e to the power 3. The final is 2 over 3 e to the power of 3. Okay, so 2 over 3 e to the power of 3. Okay, let's just not make the mistake again in this one. So concentrate on your original one. So it's e, and then it's 2 bracket 2 over 2. And that is going to be a half, that half out, e to the power of 4. So this is a half e to the power of 4. And remember, this is your 0, and this is your 1, and this is your 2. And then, if I go into area, I'm going to say area, and don't forget your trapezium rule, it's h over 2. So whatever you got for h, always divide 2. And then, in this case, it's going to be 0, and then to the middle, only the middle, so you need the sides. So 2h1, and then the side one, and what is the side one going to be? Okay, sorry, that must be a 1. The side one is a 2. And now I substitute. Now don't forget that h is a half. So it's actually a half divided 2. Are you with me? I substitute 0, so it's e to the power of 2 plus, I just want to see if this one is correct. Yes, it's correct. So it's 2, and it's going to be, because of the 2, the 2 over 3, e to the power of 3, plus, and then my final one is a half e to the power of 4. Okay, you can now simplify it a little bit more. So as soon as you say, you're going to say multiply the reciprocal, so it's a quarter, then it's e to the power of 2. This is going to be over 1, so it's 4 over 3 e to the power of 3 plus a half e to the power of 4. Okay. Now you can first press just this on your calculator. So basically, if I press it, and I'm going to press it now again with you. I first press the bracket, and at the end I will multiply a quarter. So I will press Shift E and then 2. Plus, and then because it's more than 1, I put a bracket. So plus bracket. In 4 divide 3 multiply Shift E 3 close the bracket. Okay, plus bracket 1 divide 2 and then multiply Shift E 4 close the bracket equals. You could even say 1 ABC 2 and then multiply a quarter or just divide 4 equals. And I'm getting correct to 1 decimal place. Remember, so 15.4 units square. Okay, and that's number B. Now I come to number C. So let's just first read number C. Okay. State with a reason whether this trapezium rules give an underestimate or overestimate. Now, remember, if you're going to draw your trapeziums, you're going to draw it there. Okay, what was this? From a half. You're going to there. You will see it will go a little bit over. But as I said, I have a summary on the next one. You can just say, if it's concave, usually overestimate. Okay, so say C, and so from the graph, you can see an overestimate. And then I'm just writing this, so already for the summary. Usually, concave. What is concave? Concave looks like this. Concave curves gives an overestimate. Let's move it. Okay, and that's how you do it.